Oh, yes, it is Working Woman Wednesday. You know, every Working Woman Wednesday, we like to salute our working women.
Yes.
And actually, on September 22nd, this past Sunday, it was National Business Women Day. And it was interesting because we got an email about this from two incredible women who are CEOs and co-founders of the PR Alliance. Miss Mariah Oates and Keisha Brewer are here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Y'all better work.
That's right. Anytime you bring attention to it, you know, and reach out, just thank you guys, first off, for reaching out and knowing about Working Woman Wednesday and saying, hey, let's bring this to the light, because we know that since 2007, women businesses have grown over 58%, correct?
Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. And especially because we know millennial businesses and millennial women are driving this growth in women-owned businesses. So let's talk a little bit about, first, you all with the PR Alliance. Tell us a little bit about that, and tell us how you're bringing attention to women's businesses.
Sure. So the PR Alliance is an entertainment and lifestyle public relations agency. So we have services that help enhance our clients' exposure, from media relations to audience engagement to social media consulting. And a lot of our clients are women-owned businesses. So we like to really bring the exposure to them on platforms that help grow their businesses.
Where did you learn PR at, Keisha?
So I used to work at Fortune 500 companies doing public relations and communications. Okay. And then so now I still do work at 9 to 5 for public relations. And then I went to school for public relations. So it's just been embedded in me for years.
Got you. Where'd you go?
UMES.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Eastern Shores. HBCUs, check it in. And what about yourself?
So actually, I'm a little unconventional.
Okay.
I went to school for mass communications and broadcasting. PR actually came after that. I did an internship with Candace Nicole, who's also a publicist from the D.C. area. And I went to Towson. So sorry, y'all, on the HBCU. But I feel like nobody be repping for Towson no more, so TU.
Well, y'all got Corday. Corday out here popping, man.
Okay, YPN, hello. But yeah, I didn't go to school for it. I learned it after. So just let y'all know that is an option.
And what is it about PR as far as like businesses? Because we hear PR all the time, but why does a company or a business or women-owned businesses, why do they need a PR? And when's a good time to reach out? Because maybe you need to build up your business a little bit more first. How does it work?
Absolutely. And I'm glad you actually said that, because a lot of people think they need a publicist off the bat, and you don't. Okay, first of all, you need your following, you need your brand to be packaged up. You need a lot of things before you get to a publicist. But when it's time, you know, when you're ready to bring awareness, when you're ready to get yourself on other platforms.
You have a story.
So, exactly. So basically a publicist's job is to create the narrative for you. I mean, be the liaison between you, your brand, and the public. And we do that through our services such as audience engagement, media relations, social media, etc.
So I've known a few people that said, like, okay, we paid for a publicist, and then basically they didn't get what they wanted out of the situation. So how do you guys show people that, like, you're not like the not regular, but the ones that are out here just trying to get your couple dollars?
I think there's a stigma attached to public relations. Number one, I think a lot of people don't really know what we do or not aware about the actual services that we provide. Right. Some people who are actually working in the field aren't really providing the actual services that a public relations agency should. So sometimes it leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. However, I think for us, the way we kind of break that stigma is helping them understand exactly what public relations is and being upfront about what we do, right? And when you should be starting. And I think it's also about helping them understand it's not a microwavable business. So a lot of people come in and they think, you know, they start with us for 3 months and they haven't seen the results that they want. But sometimes it takes a little time to craft that story, to build your brand, to help people understand who you are. So it takes time, but just being upfront about that.
And I'm sure if I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was going to say, I'm sure if people can, have an assessment afterwards, I'm upset, that means there's some money involved, so how does that work? Because I'm sure people come to y'all all right, so what you charge? so do y'all base it on what's your budget? How did that break down to y'all, different packages, or how does that work out?
Yeah, so we do have different packages, but all of our packages are customizable. So what we like to do is have a phone call with you first to really understand what the services are that you need at that time, right? So it's not like, okay, you join with us and then these are your set services, right? So we customize it to you. And then then obviously price is always in the conversation, but we like to say have a budget before you come. And then when you have, right, everyone's like, have a budget before you come, right? But everything's workable. I'm not going to say everything, but a lot of things are workable based on the services. So sometimes, if your budget is on the low end, we can say, well, this is how we can get you started. So it depends on the budget.
Now, Mariah and Keisha, before we let you go, for anybody that has a business out there, they're trying to grow it, what are some of the biggest mistakes or just things that you see businesses doing wrong that maybe they could make some immediate corrections to start leveling up in a sense?
I'll start that by saying research. I think there's a lot of lack of research before you're going into your respective industries, and that's just not public relations, that's everything. I feel like people have a lack of research, and not just on the industry that they're in, but kind of like what's going on in the industries around you, because in a way we kind of all interconnect. And so I think you have to understand, what's going on in the business realm around you, and then also what your competitors are doing, right? And I think that keeps you innovative, and that keeps you fresh, and that keeps you understanding what the market needs, and then what your target audience needs. I think a lot of people start businesses and don't really research what their target audience is too, right? So then if you don't research your target audience, you're really not honing in on what the value add is to them. So I think that's a part of what needs to be done a little more.
Okay, and for all the women businesses out there, what would you like to say to them, especially considering we're off the heels of National Business Women Day?
I would just say, for one, remember that every industry can be oversaturated, but that doesn't mean there's not a place for you.
Come on.
Second, stay firm in your position in whatever that is. Don't be afraid to have your confidence and practice it at home, because you won't be able to articulate your mission and your goals and all the things that you need without being able to practice on your own.
100%.
There it is, Mariah Oates, Keisha Brewer,
Yes.
our working
Straight
woman.
up. And don't get mad at them if they can't get you popping. You might not just have it.
Yeah, let's take our time. Take your time.
Let everybody know how they can follow you guys as well.
You can follow us on all social media networks at the PR Alliance. You can follow me individually at I am Keisha Brewer.
You can follow me at Mariah E. Oates.
All right.
And what about the fake Instagram publicists, though, that just put it in their profile? What you think about them?
Listen, we're not going to talk about that.
We see y'all. We see you.
We see the fake. So, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.